14th, 2020. 11 days till Christmas, and I believe it is fourth day of Hanukkah. I had to think about it because the first day of Hanukkah was Thursday. I could be wrong about that. It might be the fifth day of Hanukkah. No, I don't know. I forget. But happy Hanukkah. Anyway, I have my mystery painting out today because I would like to finish this. Tomorrow night is our finale. I don't know if I'll finish it by tomorrow night, but because I'm also putting together a collage, Mickey Sunshine Creates, and I will be doing a pop-up live tomorrow night, probably around 8 p.m. Central. So it's not really pop-up, because I'm telling you ahead of time. Where we're going to talk about how fun the second event was. The third event will be, sign-ups will be in January. Yay! And that'll be fun. So, and I'll let the sign-ups run for a month or so before I match people up, and then we'll go from there. So it'll be a while before the next one kind of gets started. We want to let the whole winter diamond paintings die down. I'll still be working on my Chuck Pinson in January. I'm going to turn the light pad on. Got my coffee. Got my little snowflake cup here. This is actually a Godiva cup. Yes, see, it says Godiva right there. So it came with some chocolate. I don't know. I got it for Christmas one year. All right, we got some drills. We got a pen. This was gifted to me by Nareda. I believe she bought this off of Amazon. In fact, I know she did. It was on sale for Black Friday. Good deal. Good deal. What's going on, people? Oh, last night I did another live on Instagram. Now, I think I'm going on about 1 month having done lives on Sunday night, and it's going very well. Last night I had one of the subscribers in. One of the followers came in, and we chit-chatted, and it was so much fun to meet her and see what she looks like, and she was watching a football game. The Buffalo Bills, I think. It was Deborah Kaser, and I had a good time. So I think, on Sundays, I'll bring somebody in if you want to join me. Hey, what the heck? Why not? It's Instagram. What the heck? But it was a lot of fun. It really, really was. What am I doing? There are drills everywhere. This, yeah, my goodness. Do y'all do that, like lick your finger, and then that's the best way to pick up drills? Look at my jar of drills. It is filling up. I have this jar of drills. Here, look. And my sister made this for me for Christmas, I want to say 2 years ago. She bedazzled this little jar. She's very creative. She's good with the hot glue gun. I found out yesterday, I confessed that I do not have a hot glue gun, and apparently this is a crafter's necessity. I did not realize. I had an opportunity to use a hot glue gun, didn't have one. So I need to get one. Apparently I'm going to lose my crafter card if I don't go get a hot glue gun. I will get one after the holidays. I shipped a bunch of stuff, and of course none of it got to its destination when the post, they give you that little receipt and it says estimated delivery, and so it didn't get there when it said it was supposed to get there. But that, it's okay, because I understand. I know the Postal Service is just flooded with packages. I have a package in my car for my daughter. I took it to the post office, and I'm texting her, "What's your address?" She never texts me back right away. I should have known. Nobody else knew her address. I'm texting everybody, and nobody knew her address. So, which is why, when I get my happy planner, I'm going to start putting addresses in this darn thing because, I've got like envelopes everywhere, and that's how I know where my addresses are. Oh, I got to finish my Christmas cards. I'm terrible, aren't I? Oh. So anyway, so I didn't mail her package, my daughter's package, because she didn't give me the address back soon enough. I was already in and out of the post office. I stood in line, waited, kept thinking, she'll text me while I'm standing here in line. No, probably a couple hours, like later in the day, she texted me. So even if I mailed it today, she's not going to get it by Christmas. No. And it's some stuff I crocheted for her and her significant other, because, it is what it is. I can't go there, right? Y'all, if you guys are moms, you know what I'm saying, right? You just gotta be quiet and go with it. As long as she's happy, right? This is what we tell ourselves. As long as they're happy. Oh, okay. The other reason I wanted this, see, I keep talking about this planner. I ordered it, and it was supposed to come like, Amazon Prime. Like 2 days later, I was supposed to get it. Delayed. Still haven't gotten it. So then I looked it up on Amazon, and it said you would be getting it like the 10th through, I don't know. Let me look it up again because I'm curious. But what I want, one of the things I want to put in, I'm probably putting way too much stuff in there, but we'll see. If I need a second planner, I know some people use 2 planners. Anyway, I want to put in like TV shows that people recommend to me as well. I want to look up my Amazon account and just see what's the updated delivery date on. I'm really excited about this planner. I watched Shalene, and she's like, she has the plan with me videos, and I really love it. And oh, it says it's arriving today by 8 p.m. Woohoo! Okay, so I'll be done talking about it. I'll have it to show you tomorrow. Yeah, we'll see, right? We'll see. I already got the stickers that I ordered to go with it, but I just don't have the planner. So I was in my live yesterday. This one show came out. This is what made me think of the planner, because I want to put these shows in there that I got fuzz everywhere. The Queen's Gambit. Now I'm thinking, okay, this is another show about the royal family. This is what I'm thinking, because nobody really told me what it was about. So I thought, well, let me start watching it. So I watched episode 1. It was quite lengthy, the first episode. I felt like it was lengthy, but very... What are you doing? Hi, you want to come say hi? Come here. You want to come say hi? Come here. Come here. Come here. Come say hi. Say hi to the people. Hi. I made him put his collar on because I was cleaning up the craft room and I found his collar in one of the boxes. Oh, you want to cuddle? He's always cuddling. So I want to cuddle, Mother. He's like skin and bones. I pick him up and he's all bony. And I bought him some high protein dog food. So what I've started to do, because I notice he just doesn't want the dry food anymore. I think it's hard on his teeth because he's older. So I just been giving him the soft canned food, which he gobbles up, but I ordered some high protein soft canned food. And of course he can't have, his has to be grain free because he's allergic to corn. Say, yes, hi, I'm allergic to corn. But, oh, he's so sweet. Oh, you are skin and bones, buddy. Yes, you are. Oh, you're a lover. He's such a lover. What are you doing? Mm-hmm. He's making a noise. That's his breathing noise. This poor thing. I get a little sad because I think this is like my last, few years with my little buddy. Oh, you want to get back on your bed? Okay, here. All right, go back to your bed. Oh, shake it out, shake it out. There you go. Oh, isn't he adorable? Yes. So Tootsie she's figured out now that when she goes out, and she's ready to come back in, she knows how to knock on the door, which is just adorable. So she knocks on the door. Sometimes I might be in another room, so I have to listen out for it because it's been really cold. The snow is gone. It melted. Well, there's like some frost on the car this morning. It's still cold out, but the snow is gone, which I'm sad about. I know you guys think I'm crazy, but I just love snow. I'm dreaming of a white Christmas, just like the ones I used to know. I never knew any white Christmas. Well, that is not true. Oh, he makes these noises that scare me. When I was younger, we lived in Kentucky. We were a military family, so we were all over the place. So we lived in Kentucky, and it was like kind of like on this hill. And I remember my mother would go out and scoop up the snow and make some kind of a dessert out of it. I don't know, but we were kids. We thought it was delicious. It was probably filled with germs, but we thought it was the best thing. Yeah, that was a fun little house. I'm trying to think where in Kentucky that was. That was in Fort Knox, Kentucky, maybe? Maybe. I don't know. I don't remember. I don't even remember how old I was. Yeah, isn't that strange? Like, do you ever think about, like, what is your earliest memory? And I just don't know. Like at what point do we start remembering things? Is it 3 years old? Is it 4 years old? Or is it just dependent on the event? I don't know. I have to give some thought to that. Where did that come from, that whole... Anyway, we could talk. There's a lot to talk about this day in history because, some days when I look up this day in history, I don't want to talk about any of it. But this one was, this day in history was quite interesting. So there were these two explorers, Ronald Amundsen was one of them, and then the other one was Robert Falcon Scott, and they had this race to the South Pole. So, and they both took very, very different approaches to getting to the South Pole. So, and this was in 1910. So Amundsen sailed to, I'm trying to think, Antarctica's Bay of Whales. He set up his base camp 60 miles closer to the South Pole than the other guy, the Scott guy. So they both set out on like the same day to start this race to the South Pole. Amundsen gets there first. Now Amundsen is, he is using sleigh dogs, and Scott is using Siberian motor sledges. So Amundsen gets there first, I don't know what he does, but marks it that he's been there, and then he turns around, goes back to his base camp. All is well. He's the first one to the South Pole. Now this poor Scott guy, his motor sleds broke down. He had ponies with him. They had to be shot. The dog teams were sent back. He had 4 companions with him. So they continued to the South Pole on foot. They reached it on January 18th. Now, Amundsen got there December 14th, this day in history. This poor Scott guy gets there like a month later, over a month later, on foot. Then, when he turns around to go back, the weather is horrible. And 2 of the 5 people in this expedition die. And then a storm later traps Scott in his tent and the 2 other survivors. They set up this tent in this horrible weather. They're trapped, and they're only 11 miles from their base camp. But later that year, someone went out and found all of the frozen bodies. The poor guy he perished. So congratulations to Mr. Amundsen, who won the race. But this Amundsen guy goes on to be like the first guy to fly over the North Pole. He does all kinds of these expeditions, and actually passes away when he is trying to save the life of someone else on one of these expeditions. Wow. Amazing, huh? So clearly Amundsen was the better planner in that scenario. Then, on this day in history, December 14th, let me see what year it was. 1799. George Washington passes away, 67 years old, which by our standards today is quite young, but in his family, the men typically didn't live past their 50s. And when you hear what they did to try to save George Washington's life, it's like, so, yeah. So George Washington, he had already retired from military life. He had this 11,000-foot mansion on Mount Vernon in Virginia. And he wanted to retire and just, he had, between him and his wife, I don't know, like 600 slaves. Only 100 and some of the slaves were his. The rest came from his wife's family. This huge estate. So he just wanted to go retire, stay on his estate, But by popular demand, they wanted him back. They wanted him into politics. So they created the office of the President of the United States, and he took office. So he comes out of retirement, becomes the President of the United States for 2 terms, and then he kind of knew, like at 65, he knew that I don't want a 3rd term. He knew that he probably didn't have much longer to live, just based on knowing that his relatives had died in their 50s. So he writes a letter and he says, I am not seeking a 3rd term. So he goes back to retirement on Mount Vernon, and his typical day was spent riding out on his estate and just visiting all the projects that were going on. And they said he would stay out for like 6 hours, and then he would come back, and there would always be visitors there. People stopping by. They said one year they had over 600 visitors, and they would come by with letters of introduction. Some people he didn't even know, and it was rude to turn them away. So they would, he'd get home from from his usual daily routine, and he'd have dinner guests every single night, because people wanted to visit George Washington. So there's one night or one day that there's a snowstorm, and he goes out. He's going to do his usual routine. He goes out. He's gone a little longer than normal, comes back home, and there's guests there already waiting for dinner. And so he didn't want to be rude, so he just goes ahead in his wet clothes and sits down to dinner. Now you can see where this is going, right? So then the next day decides he's going to go out again in this very, very cold weather, and do his usual routine. Well, oh, there's a spider! Ah! What do I do? Ah! Jake, take care of that spider. Oh my God. Oh, wow. I don't like spiders. Did you see it? It was right there. Oh my God. I should have killed it. Oh. Oh. Should I edit that out? Oh my God. Anyway. Oh no. Now I want to go kill all the spiders. Oh. Are there any more? He had a family, right? There was probably family somewhere. Anyway. Okay. Calm down. All right. So back to George Washington. Oh my God. Gave myself a fright this morning. So I can't keep going. Oh my God. A spider. All right. So George Washington. So that by that night, of course, he's sick. You and I know he's got pneumonia. He doesn't know this. He just, takes to his bed. He's coughing and congested. So the doctors are doing all these weird things to him, like giving him bleeding him, which they say did more harm than good, several times. And all these concoctions that, probably killed him. By that night he was dead. I think if they had let him rest, just left him alone, let him rest, he probably would have been okay. We know that. Give him a couple Tylenol, he'd be fine. Oh, the poor guy probably could have lived to be 100, but these doctors, they had all these weird remedies that just we know did not work. So anyway, that was he passed away that night. We probably know that he passed away from pneumonia, but a spider. Okay, that's true. I got through it. Oh my word. Listen, never a dull moment on the morning show. Good God. All right, so there was one more thing. I told you, this day in history is filled with stuff. Some things I don't really want to talk about. I don't like talking about shootings and things like that. Anyway, so in 1977, Saturday Night Fever premieres. Do you remember Saturday Night Fever? John Travolta. Night Fever, Night Fever. I mean, who would, how do you forget? The white leisure suit, and he's doing that, do, 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 the Bee Gees. So it premieres in LA. December 14th, 1977. And it earned very positive reviews, but Rob and Gibb, the Gibb brothers, did the music for that. Robin Gibb couldn't make past the first 30 minutes of the movie, and he said he never watched the rest of it. Never watched it. Isn't that funny? John Travolta was only 23 years old, and of course that propelled him to stardom. We know that. I don't remember how many times I watched that movie, but I'm sure it was a bunch because, 1977, I was 17. So I was a senior in high school. Oh yeah, of course I watched it. Night Fever. How funny. Wow. Yeah, that was my senior year in high school. Was it? Yeah, it was. December 14th. Yeah, I was a senior. How funny. Okay, well, so what national day? Let's move on with the show. What national day is it? It is National Wreath Day. Wreaths Across America Day. This is the day that, this started in 1992. This gentleman, Morrow Worcester, he had a business, a wreath company, and at the end of the season, he had all these excess wreaths So he had visited Arlington National Cemetery as a youth, and it stuck with him. And he wanted a way to remember, fallen soldiers, and to remind people of the sacrifice that they had made. So he would lay wreaths, his excess wreaths, at Arlington National Cemetery. So in 2007, this Wreaths Across America was founded, and so every year they lay wreaths in every. It's obviously expanded. So in each state, wherever there's, a what do they call them? A national cemetery. There are national cemeteries in every state. They lay wreaths on the soldiers' graves, and it's really to get young people involved, to remind them of the sacrifice that soldiers made on our behalf in these wars. Isn't that beautiful? I don't think I've ever seen it. I've never been to. I went to one national cemetery, and that was I went to the one in the Philippines. It's a different country, but they have a national cemetery. I just wanted to see it. They had some beautiful monuments. If you've never been to a national cemetery, you really should go. I've been to Arlington National Cemetery, and it's just an experience that you will never forget. And I think once in your lifetime you should go. I think everyone should go. Take the kids, take the road trip, National Cemetery. All right, so now that we've had our excitement, goodness gravy. So what am I going to do for the rest of the day? Obviously I'm going to work. I crocheted, I started another crochet hat for I'm going to crochet 2 hats for the little boys, one for each boy. And I found this very simple pattern. I almost finished one last night, and I'll finish it up and start the other one tonight. Tomorrow I have to go into the office, so that'll be an opportunity to do some crochet. Because I won't be interrupted. I'm there by myself when I get my work done. Usually I call it Mickey. I'm like, Mickey, hey Mickey, what you doing? Now I'm paranoid that there's gonna be spiders in here. I need to call an exterminator. Like, this house is full of rodents and spiders. And can we just all live here amicably, please? And not mix amongst, oh my God. So, and I don't know what I was talking about. Anyway, the other thing I want to do, the crochet, I'll get that done. Last week I didn't have to go into the office, but this week, I have to go. Tomorrow's my day to be in the office. Which I don't mind, because I have to pick up a prescription at work anyway, so it'll get me over there, because the pharmacy is at the hospital where I work. So I'll get those done, then I can get them all wrapped, and that'll be that. And then I can get back to doing my stuff, because I'm making that loom hat, which I'm excited about. I love the colors on it. I believe I have another loom coming as well, from Nareda. She's gifting me another loom. I love loom knitting. I actually loom knitted this hat yesterday that was going to be for the little boy, and I decided I was going to use this. I have a a loom that sits on a turnstile. I don't know what you call them. Anyway, it turns, so I can put it in my lap and it turns as I'm working on it. You still have to do it by hand. It's not one of those crank things, but it goes a little faster because it's turning as I go. And I did not I didn't realize that the gauge of this turn thing was so small. When I got done with this hat, it will fit a baby doll or a premature baby. No, probably a small baby, or I don't even think it would fit a toddler, because they have big old heads. A baby, so I did a baby hat. And the only person I know having a baby is having a girl, and this was black. So I don't think she wants a black baby hat. So we're just going to donate that. So that's when I decided I'm going to switch over to the crochet. But Nareda sent me a bunch of charts and graphs and videos that talk about, gauges and sizes, and I'm learning so much. I watched some other videos on yarn types, and it's been quite, I had quite the education yesterday. There's so much to learn about yarn. It's just amazing. So that's what I'm going to do tonight after work. Work on my crochet hats for the boys and continue watching the Queen's Gambit. I think I got interrupted by the spider. I don't know, somewhere. Anyway, that I did start watching the Queen's Gambit, and I did enjoy it. So I got through the first episode where she has just finished. Oh, I can't tell you. It's about chess, and she's very good. So she wins like her first little, pseudo competition. She's only 9, and she beats like 11 other people, and her her winnings was a box of chocolates. Yay! So I'm gonna watch episode 2. I don't think I gave much away, but bottom line is it's not what I thought it was about. I had no idea it was about this chess phenom. So very interesting. I don't play chess. I know how to play chess, like I know the basic stuff, but the stuff she was doing, no idea. Like she would beat me in 3 moves. So, all right, guys, that is it for the morning show. Happy Monday. I love you all, and I will see you tomorrow in the morning show. Bye, everybody.